Hello, our dear viewers, and welcome to our program again and this segment about the vaccine against COVID-19. The latest about these vaccines. Indeed, two companies did announce the good achievements concerning these vaccines and its efficiency. We are going to shed light about the importance of these vaccines and to what extent that could be on the markets and to what extent that could protect actually against coronavirus. To shed more light on the issue, we are very much delighted to have with us over the phone Dr. Ramy Aziz, Professor of the Medicine of Immunity. Dr. Aziz, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Doctor. Doctor, to start with, of course, we are seeing here an increase in the number of infections from the novel coronavirus globally, and also in Egypt the numbers are increasing. So can you tell us here about the hope that we are waiting for, which is the vaccine? Can you shed light about yesterday also another American company did announce? Yes.
Correct. So regarding the number of the number of infections, of course it was expected to go up again. Yes. with fall and winter. Nothing is surprising here at all.
Yes.
What is different now is that most countries are better prepared and they have better testing, so they are keeping track. As for the vaccines, as you just said in your intro, again, maybe I was on in the program about 5 or 6 months ago, and we were hoping that by the end of 2020, yes, we will have the first results, and very expectedly, actually, they released the results. Three yes, companies released the preliminary results. One of them, it was very early results, but this week, two companies yes, already released what is called phase 3 trials results. And they almost reached half of the number they were looking for, half of the number of infections, which means they were trying to achieve about having 200 people to get the disease, and then check how many of these were vaccinated. So what yes, they reached now is about half this number. So one company reached 94 infections and the other yes, 95. And actually, it was better than expected. So they were hoping the vaccine will be at least 50% effective. But what they found
yes,
is that the efficacy is in the range of, in one company it's 90%, the other is 94%.
Yes.
And what this means, because also people need to know, what it means is the probability of somebody who is vaccinated to get infected is 10% to get the disease. So yes, anybody can be infected but not develop symptoms. But if you are vaccinated and get infected, there is only 10% chance to get the disease, and this is a great achievement.
Yes.
They were, as I told you, they were looking at much less than that. So this is good, and we are still hoping that the numbers we stay like the percentage will stay around 90%.
Yes.
So
yes,
if by two or 3 weeks from now, I think they will reach their goal. Next step will be that they will apply for emergency use. Yeah. And when they do the emergency, which means they will have approval to use the vaccine only because it's an emergency. But what everybody expects is that by the start of 2021, it will be finally approved, inshallah.
Yes, indeed. Dr. Ramy, we are expecting this vaccine to give immunity for the person for how long, as expected?
So this question is impossible to answer now.
Yes.
Because the disease has been less than 1 year, and the trial has been ongoing for about 3 months now. So all we know that it can give immunity for 3 months, right? But of course we hope. The estimate is that it will give at least immunity for 1 year.
1 year.
That's the most pessimistic estimation, and the optimistic estimation will be more than 3 years. And of course you can get revaccinated later.
Yes.
So it's not like 3 years is not bad news. Even 1 year is not bad news, because the only problem for the vaccine is the first year, because you want to vaccinate all the world in 1 year, which is very hard. But once it becomes a regular vaccine, in the following years, everybody will take it.
Yes. What about the vaccine that Egypt is trying nowadays, Doctor? What's your expectations about it till the moment?
So I don't have
Details.
like the data, but the vaccine that Egypt, I mean, I don't know how many people have taken the trial, but the vaccine that Egypt is trying is, there is one from China,
Yes.
which is, it's a different vaccine. It's an attenuated virus, which means it's a different mechanism of immunization, but still it's, my expectation that it will also be effective. And there is also, there are several vaccines that were developed by Egyptian scientists, I think about 4.
Yes.
And 2 of them also are being tried on a smaller scale because it's just not part of an international trial, but of a national trial. But I guess, so I'm not exaggerating or anything, but I believe that by March of 2021, we will have at least 3-4 vaccines that are available for Egyptians.
Yes.
And maybe we will have 5 or 6 available in the entire world.
Yes, and I do believe, Doctor. Yes, I do believe, Dr. Aziz, that there is also a Russian vaccine which was in the Russian trial as well.
Yes, but to the best of my knowledge, we are not testing this in Egypt. It's being tested in different countries, but I don't think Egypt is testing the Russian vaccine. However, every country will have to use several vaccines, because that's the challenge is the production. So, for example, the 2 vaccines we talked about from these 2 companies that released the news this week, the best estimate is that they will be able to produce about 25 to 30 million doses by the end of this year. So the number of people you can immunize in 2020, if we are very, very optimistic, will be about 25 million because you need 2 doses.
Do you expect people to get vaccinated by 2020, or we are expecting the vaccine to be in the market in a later stage in 2021, Dr. Aziz?
Yes, it will be. It will not be in the market in 2020, but I mean the number of doses that will be available will only be enough for 25 million people, and then I think that every month maybe there will be enough for 30, 40 million. So.
Yes.
To immunize the whole country or the whole world, it will take probably the full year, the full year of 2021.
Dr. Aziz, that would bring me to ask about your expectations for the availability of the vaccine in the markets, when it could be on the market and the people would start to take it.
Yeah. So as I was telling you, let's always take the best scenario, the best hope.
Yes.
So if these 2 vaccines you talked about, which everybody expects them to stay on the same track, so probably by next month, they will start filing for approval, but it will be emergency approval, and then maybe in 2 or 3 months they will file for a general use. So emergency means they will only give it to people who are in highest need, like first-line doctors, and maybe army personnel, people who are very highly exposed to the disease.
Yes, the people at the high risk.
I expect by the spring, February or March, there will be at least 2 or 3 vaccines in the market. The Russian vaccine, as you said, is already on the market, but it's also still being tested. And everything will still be tested, by the way. So they will keep, to answer your question that you asked in the beginning, they will keep testing it for 1 or 2 years to make sure that it doesn't have long-term side effects and that it will be working for 2 years.
Indeed. Dr. Ramy Aziz, Professor of Medicine of Immunity, thank you very much for your precious input and for being our guest, and have a very good day. And with that, our dear viewers, we come to the end of this edition of our program, The Breakfast Show, coming to you live here from our studios on ITV International. You were in the company of my dear colleague Shireen Adel and myself, Mahisti Rabia. I'm signing off until tomorrow with another crew. It's goodbye. Thank you very much.